I'm bigcal and welcome to my world. Yesterday I did a video on my recent video game pickups and today I'm doing a video on my non-gaming pickups. Firstly, I guess this could count as both, but I picked up a soldering iron. Got a little tool set with it, a couple of things here, I've got these solder and things like that, but basically I got this to repair video games, mainly Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance games when replacing batteries. Got some batteries as well with the little tabs on it, so you can solder those in. It's just way easier than having to tape things and that. So I was having trouble with my Pokemon Crystal game that I was using for my Let's Play that's currently going, where the battery kept coming loose and I lost my save file twice. So I got the soldering iron, soldered a brand new battery properly into place, and it works fine now. And I even fixed Donkey Kong Land that had the similar issue. All I had to do was solder it back into place, and it plays fine and saves fine. So that's a very handy tool for the future. And now, well, basically a bunch of Blu-rays. First up is The Condemned, starring Stone Cold Steve Austin. And in my opinion, it is the best film to have anything to do with the WWE film studio. You've got the logo on the back here, so they had something to do with it, whether it was just funding it or having the name attached to it, I don't know. But it's a great film, I very much enjoy it. It's kind of like a Battle Royale rip-off sort of thing. Bunch of guys stuck on an island have to kill each other. The last one that survives wins the game, basically. Very good, very, very good, very fun film. Die Hard 4.0 picked up just because it was dirt cheap. I will, of course, be getting the original Die Hard trilogy at some point on Blu-ray. But for now, this was cheap, so I picked it up. And I am a fan of this one. I also have it on UMD, got it a while back, so it comes to my collection. A film that was highly anticipated when it came out and then kind of got shat on, but I very much enjoyed it, and it's a film starring Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. After all those years, the only film that they were in together was Heat, and they maybe had 10 minutes total on-screen time together in it. This one is Righteous Kill, where they are detectives together, and they spend most of the film together. And I enjoyed it. It's not some epic masterpiece like I think people were expecting with these two finally being on screen together for a full film, but I still enjoyed it. Next is a rather recent Stallone film, maybe the last 5 years or so, and it is Bullet to the Head. He's a hitman and he teams up with a DC cop to help basically get revenge on some guys that have kidnapped. I think they kidnapped Stallone's daughter at some point, and I think the gang have killed cops and that. So they team up to take them on. And there's a pretty decent cast as well. You probably recognise a few people in it. Good film. Next is one of the best films, in my opinion, to come out in the last few years, and that is John Wick. This one brand new, still sealed at the moment. I haven't unwrapped it to watch it, but I will be doing soon. John Wick 2 obviously came out this year. In my opinion, just as good as the first. So I had to pick up the first one while it was cheap, and I will get the second one on Blu-ray when it goes down in price. But absolutely fantastic. Another old action star in a newer film. It's a Schwarzenegger film called The Last Stand. I've seen this a few times before. I'm a big fan of it. Basically, he's a former narcotics detective or whatever from LA, is it? LA. Schwarzenegger just goes to this little town, becomes a sheriff, and just live the quiet life. And when he's there, some huge crime lord from Mexico ends up escaping from prison and is on his way to get to Mexico. And if it was to go the normal route, through the proper way, it would obviously get stopped by tons of police and, border officers or whatever. So he decides instead he has a group of men building a bridge from this little town where Schwarzenegger's in over the border to Mexico. And he plans to go through the little town. Unfortunately, the crime lord does not expect Schwarzenegger to be the sheriff of the town, and he decides to basically set up his own little blockade to stop him. Excellent film. Another film with both aging Stallone and Schwarzenegger is Escape Plan. This was from a few years ago as well, and it is tremendous. It also has Jim Caviezel as the bad guy in it. I love him from Person of Interest. Basically, Stallone, his job is to break out of prisons and tell them how he did it so they can improve security. And then he gets set up and sent to this impenetrable prison. He thinks it's just doing a job, but it turns out, nope, he's just been set up and stuck there. But he teams up with Schwarzenegger and tries to figure out a way to get out of this almost impossible prison. Really, really good film. And finally, a film from, I think, was it the late 90s, early 2000s? Let's have a look. Is there a date anyway? 2001. Robert De Niro, Marlon Brando is actually in it, Edward Norton, the score. De Niro is basically retired from, I think he's like a safecracker, but he gets put up by Marlon Brando, his friend, to do one more job to help him out of a situation. He teams up with Ed Norton and they don't like each other, but they agree to work together to crack this safe to make a ton of money. Really, really good heist film. And those are all my basically non-gaming pickups. Ton of Blu-rays and a soldering iron. I did get one more Blu-ray while I ordered it. It came this morning. I opened it up. It was the correct film inside, but instead of a Blu-ray, it was a fucking DVD disc. So I've got to take that back and hopefully get it replaced or just get my money back. So I'm bigcal. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.